Portions of this program are brought to you by Curry Companies and Curry Residential, your Caldwell banker, providing real estate services since 1902.
West Lawrence Radio Coaches Show brought to you in part by Dr. Jackson Fordham, DMD. Call for an appointment today. Welcome everyone out to West Lawrence High School. We're here for the Coaches Show this week, here with head coach Kagan McLean. And Coach McLean, I'm going to ask the question that many people ask, right. What's the most important game?
Always the next one, man.
Yeah.
Always the next one.
And so as we amp up and we get ready for Dodge County to roll in over here and try to break that cycle of the last few years with Rex Hodges' team, we want to look back at Crisp County, and man, fans turned out great.
Yeah, it was a great atmosphere Friday night, great support. Raider Nation really showed up, and it was awesome. It's fun to play in an atmosphere like that.
Let's talk a little bit about the special teams.
Yeah. Special
teams coach. That's Whitney Alligood?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yep.
So I know he was thrilled as you were with that opening kickoff.
Yeah, there's no better way to start a game. Like I told someone after the game Friday, than to be up 7-0 without having to put your offense or defense out there.
Yeah.
But that was a great return by E.J. Holmes. They had great blocking in front of them. They set up a nice wall there, and he pretty much shot through untouched, and we did a real good job when he broke free of not blocking behind the play or doing anything stupid to get it called back. But it was a great way to start the game, man.
Yeah. Now, Coach, if we look back at the history of the Raiders over the last 3 years, it seemed like in many games we would spot the other team. A touchdown. And so hopefully the trend has turned, and now we're going to take advantage, and we're going to get on the board first. And how huge was that in your confidence?
Yeah, definitely huge. You know, Crisp County's a good football team. They're super athletic. You know, they've got a lot of college commits on that team, and our kids to come out and jump on them like that 7-0 and right out the gate like that, I think really was great for our confidence. It kind of started getting, because, you know, you can pump kids up, hey, we can play with anybody, we can do this, we can do that. But you know how kids are. A lot of times they're nervous, they're not sure if they can play with those guys. Yeah. And our kids getting that first touchdown, it was like a shot in the arm to them, and I think they realized, hey, you know what, we belong here, we can play with these guys, and I think it showed the rest of the game.
Were you surprised at anything that Crisp County threw at you?
You know, schematically, no. You know, they did what they do. You know, I thought they were a little better on defense, and maybe I give them credit for it. I knew they were good.
Yeah.
But they were really, really physical on that side of the football. Really flew around and really stuffed us for the most part on that side. You know, that was the biggest surprise. I mean, like I said, you know, you watch film, you think, hey, you know, they look really good, they look athletic, and then you see them in person, and you're like, oh man, they are really good and really athletic.
Yeah.
And they were definitely good on that side of the football.
Yeah, you picked out a few numbers, I know, as most fans did, just looking on the field, looking at them warm up, and you knew ahead of time, as some fans did, but you picked them out, and most of their athletes, it seemed now, Coach, correct me if I'm wrong, were on defense.
Yeah, they really had a lot of their players on the defensive side of the football. I think they're a little younger on the offensive side. You know, they had a couple guys that went both ways, but for the most part, they put their horses over there and they rode those guys. And it was a defensive war. And, you know, I don't mind those type of games, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But we were able to make more plays and fortunate enough to get the win.
And when you look at what kids evolved this past week, let's speak on that just a little bit. Who shined? Who looked real good to you? What did you learn from the game?
Yeah, well, I know on the defensive side of the football, Daniel Lindo had a really good game for us, a defensive tackle. He's improved every week. He's a kid that we moved to defensive tackle right before the East Lawrence game, or right before the scrimmage, I mean. And he really did a great job for us. Every week he's gotten a little better. He plays with a great motor, physical kid, tough kid. Spencer Dacus gets better every week for us. You know, he's just really dominating the interior of that defensive line and clogging a lot of stuff up and making our linebackers look better because he's eating blocks in there. I think those two guys have really, you know, been excellent for us on defense, along with, I would say, De'Eric Jackson's also been really good for us, big number 7 in their inside linebacker. And in the secondary, I think, has gotten a little better every week. We had a big pick by Shante Burney. Again, first year playing corner. Did a great job out there for us as well. You know, offensively, again, we played a great defense, so it was tough. Brent Carr made an outstanding catch for us on a sudden change. A great throw by A.J. on that particular one. I thought Dorian Edmond ran the ball hard. You know, he didn't have a ton of yards because they were so good on defense. But he had some tough runs, really lowered his shoulder. getting 4 or 5 yards a carry. And sometimes when you play a team that's that good at their front seven, got to grind those yards out and try and move those chains. He did a really good job for us.
Yeah, and Coach, you look for that big play when it's tough like that. You look for the opportunity because you're running it every series. And first downs are hard to come by.
Right.
When you get in that position to where you get a man deep, you call the right play, and hey, points are points.
Yeah, great job by our offensive staff. We had just gotten the pick, first play of the first quarter by Bernie, set us up at midfield. And, we went sudden change and threw a deep ball in the very next play. Sure. And Brent Carr ran a great route, got behind the safety who bit up a little bit on the play action. A.J. made a great throw, and we were able to capitalize and give us a little breathing room. Because that 10-0, it's nice to have a 2-score lead, but you're nervous at 10-0 still.
Isn't it? Yeah.
16-0's a little better. I wish we wouldn't have missed the extra point. I'd made it a 3-score game. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
And we're working on that, but stuff happens, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Kids mess up, but that's something that we work every week, and hopefully we'll get that cleaned up.
Well, let's get a few more negative things out, I guess, first, and let's talk about penalties. How many penalties did we have? About how many yards did we lose on penalties?
It wasn't as bad as the week before. We had a couple penalties right there at the end on the last series. We had a face mask and a late hit on the quarterback there at the very last series of the game. But if you take those away, it really we did a much better job penalty-wise. Only had a few on either side of the football.
Yeah.
Defensively, I don't know if we had. I can't remember another one that hurt us at all. Just some little stuff. Offensively, I think we had one holding call, which was a little better because I think the week before we had several that backed us up.
Yeah.
And we're getting better there. When you're playing a team that is physically imposing like that, sometimes it's easy for those other linemen not to move their feet and reach out and grab.
Yeah.
And we're still working on that, trying to get them to move those feet and getting good fundamental blocking stances and do a good job there. Yeah. They're getting better, but a lot of those guys on the O-line didn't play last year. They're starting for their first time.
Yeah.
A lot of them are seniors, but they sat behind some guys most of their career who got the playing time, and so now they're out there and they're getting their opportunity. So even though they're seniors, it's still a growing process for them, and hopefully every week they'll get a little better.
Yeah, I trust they will too. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a short break. We're going to come back with some great highlights for you from the Crisp County games. Coming right back. Stay tuned.
A lot of people don't know that Nationwide Insurance is the largest farm insurer in the country. Is your irrigation or your equipment insured at actual cash value, or is it insured at replacement cost? How will the actual cash value actually be determined? By market value, which you can buy a used piece of equipment on the market for, or at some formula your insurance company has come up with? Replacement cost, is it at what it would have been at the current model or the new model? Don't find out at the time of a claim. Call us and let us go through it with you to help make sure that you're insured getting the most value for your dollar. Are your barns, equipment sheds, other structures covered properly? Is your livestock? Is your chemical in storage? Are your fuel tanks, your nitrogen tanks? Are all these items covered? Have you ever been asked? That's what we do when we come to your farm, because we're on your side. Nationwide and Walker Insurance is on your side.
The City of Dublin's Natural Gas Department is offering a $1,000 rebate on the purchase of a natural gas, stove, furnace and tank or tankless water heater for new construction homes or if you're remodeling your home. Individual rebates include natural gas tankless, up to $400 rebate and free gas service installation. Natural gas tank, free 40-gallon or $200 rebate on other sizes, free gas service installation. Natural gas furnace, $200 rebate. Natural gas stove, $100 rebate. Natural gas dryer, $100 rebate. Natural gas grill, $100 rebate. Natural gas logs, $100 rebate. Maximum yearly rebate? No maximum. Save now. Save later. Call the City of Dublin Natural Gas at 277-5048.
I had my wedding out here May 5th. It was beautiful. Mr. Richard is amazing to work with, very attentive to detail, and keeps everything very nice and neat out here.
Mr. Nesbitt is a top-notch fella. He's a very honest and wonderful person to do business with. He makes everything easy.
He always makes sure it's in tip-top shape. I definitely would recommend Mr. Nesbitt and this place.
We're conveniently located just 1 mile off Interstate 16 on Highway 19. Let our team take care of every detail of your next event. Call us today at 278-1295 or 278-1217. Renesda Banquets and Events, 1827 Highway 19 South, just 1 mile south of Interstate 16 in Dublin.
Every team has a leader, and Lawrence County's leader in hometown banking is Farmers State Bank, proudly supporting local high school football. Farmers State Bank salutes those who make our community great by working hard to make Friday night football happen. Best wishes for the 2018 football season. Go Irish, go Falcons, go Crusaders, go Raiders, and count on the team at Farmers State Bank, Lawrence County's leader in hometown banking. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Yeah, you know, if you like offensive highlights, you're probably not going to get a lot of them this game. Again, defensive war, a lot of defensive highlights. As we talked about, great way to start the game here. Opening kickoff, E.J. Holmes getting in a great wall, excellent blocking up front. You can see he squirts in there untouched. I don't think anybody touches him the entire time. Great job also by the escort crew, not blocking behind the play, doing anything ridiculous there. Great way to start the game, 7-0, get the crowd fired up, get our kids believing and get them hyped up. You know, really proud of EJ and that whole special teams unit for that. Here, first series on defense, they try to run a little sweep. A good job there by Xavier Lewis, number 26, and De'Eric Jackson, number 7, fighting off blocks and making a play. Xavier's filling in for an injured linebacker. This was his first Friday night football ever, and, you know, thought he did a great job. And Daniel Dorsey also hustling up. Daniel, you know, a young kid that's a junior that's playing his first varsity games this year too. Been a really good player for us also. Here again on defense, a good job by our guys of containing the quarterback. You know, he's a good runner. We're able to come up and break down, and even though he gets out of the pocket, we're able to get him for a yard loss. Great job by our kids there. You know, they get a sideline warning on this. I thought maybe we did something stupid like a face mask or whatever, but our kids did a good job of wrapping him up. He's a tremendous athlete, and we really worked on that all week and did a great job. Proud of our defensive guys too. You know, we started a lot of drives on our side of the 50. We were really behind the 8 ball a little bit in the special teams field position battle early in the game, and several times we had to bow our backs on defense, and I thought they really did a great job of getting in there. And that great tackle here, Daniel Dorsey coming up from the safety spot, getting a tackle for a loss. You don't get a lot of those at safety. No. It's great when you do get them. Coming up and attacking the bubble there, excellent job by him. Again, you see them on our side of the 50-yard line. That happened a lot in the first half, but really proud of our defense for keeping them out of the end zone. A good job here. You'll see quarterback sprints out. We do a good job containing them again, forcing them to make a bad throw out of bounds. Great coverage, great contain by those guys. We did a really good job of that, I thought, all night. Again, tremendous athlete back there for them at quarterback. Second down here, same series, I believe. You know, quarterback takes off running the ball. He's able to get a few yards, but, you know, good job by McKinley Kemp coming up at safety. Again, when you got a great athlete like back there, you just want to keep him up, keep him inside the tackles. Don't let him get out in space. And if he's going to get 2 or 3 yards, that's fine. You know, that's fine. Offensively here, you'll see a couple tough runs from our kids. Here, Dorian or A.J. Mathis pulling it, getting 6-7 yards on the carry right there. They were really good up front on defense. Their front seven was stout. You know, yards were tough to come by. Again, you'll see our defense. They're getting a 1st and 10 here at our 39, starting a series deep in our territory. A great job, again, keeping them out of the end zone. A good throw and catch and a nice come-up and tackle by Shante Burney at corner. Again, we stressed all week, look, make them snap the ball again. You know, they're going to have some catches. They may get some yards, but let's come up and let's make a great play. And here, again, he makes a great read at corner, comes up on all hitches and makes a good, sure, open field, getting the legs, get them on the ground. You would tell our kids, look, no matter how fast you are, if you ain't got your legs underneath you, you ain't running anywhere. You know, 2nd and 5 here, same series. Defensively again, you'll see the quarterback again going to run the ball. Spencer Dacus just eating up the middle, forcing them to stop and dance, and then us swarming to the football. And, you know, we preach that a lot. You know, we're not the fastest team out there, but if we can swarm to the ball and play as a group, you know, we can make guys stop and dance and do some good things. Here again, you see them deep in our territory. They get a short field to start with. Great job again coming up. Trent Carr making a nice tackle on the run. Several guys getting in there and hemming in the running back. Their running back was another talented player who I felt like we did a great job. They had 31 rushes for 24 yards. So overall, we did a pretty good job there defensively shutting down the run. They had a couple bad snaps that kind of helped that total a little bit. But overall, they had 70 total yards of offense, which anytime you hold a team like that under 100 yards, I think you did a great job. Here you're going to see great coverage by McKinley Kemp. Again, they're down deep in our territory. Run a little seam right here. McKinley does a great job at safety of picking up the inside receiver, reading the route. E.J. Holmes also coming off his route, playing the ball and almost getting a pick there and breaking it up in the end zone. Nice job by the secondary there. I think they were 8 of 25 passing the ball for 46 yards, so I thought we did a good job at that third level as well. Offensively, again, tough runs, churning out yards, a few short passes, able to pick up some yards here and there. Here you'll see, I think it's going to be Dorian Edmond running the stretch here, getting a little blocking on the edge, getting the corner, and picking up a first down. And that's key. We know offensively we're not going to be 15, 16 play drives. We're going to have to churn out yards to make that happen. We're not super explosive on offense, but if we can keep those sticks moving and play great defense, I think that we can be a good football team. Here a different opportunity. We got them backed up, a chance for us to maybe flip the field a little bit, pin them deep, make them punt out of the end zone. Great job here on the RPO. Xavier Lewis, Daniel Dorsey all playing it well, stopping the run, playing the quarterback, forcing him to throw it, and then swarming for a 1-yard gain. And then keeping our composure when they get a personal foul out there. You'll see from the end zone copy here, great job at Xavier playing the quarterback, forcing a throw, and then hustling out there, secondary getting off blocks, and doing a great job there. Excellent job by our kids. Again, got them pinned deep, 3rd and long, inside the 10-yard line. And your quarterback's going to drop back to pass. Excellent coverage. He has nowhere to go. He starts dancing, looking to run, and then we converge, hem him in, and a big hit there by De'Eric Jackson. I told him, I said, look, if it's 3rd and 12 and they gain 6 yards, it's fine. They're punting. We're okay with that. But good job, our kids, really being coachable and keeping that kid from hurting us with his legs. You see a little difference here. Our offense finally on the other side of the 50, getting an opportunity to put some points on the board. Good, tough run inside again by Dorian Edmond, picking up 6 yards on first down. That's definitely, you can get those 5-6 yard gains on first down, second down, set yourself up for a 3rd and manageable. Jesse Jones, good, tough run right there, churning those legs, moving people, showing his strength, and moving the sticks. Here again, same drive, deep in their territory, trying to get something going. Great job here, AJ reading the RPO, making a nice throw out to EJ, one of our best athletes. Good blocking up front, and he's able to get it down inside the 10-yard line. Those are things we got to do to kind of spread them out, get some one-on-ones in there. A great throw here by AJ, you'll see. Really rides in the fake, sees the quarterback player come up, makes a nice throw out with great blocking. Good play overall by those guys. Field goal attempt here by Coop. We stall out inside the 10. Comes in, knocks us through. This was big, makes it a 2-score game right before the half. 10-0's a lot better than 7-0. At least then they got to score twice to get back in it. But good job by Coop there coming in, knocking in a field goal. With 3 minutes left in the second quarter, we got a 2-score lead. Here again, defense, great job of really controlling the front, stuffing the run game, swarming to the ball, and driving them back. They had a big offensive line, a big physical offensive line, and I thought our kids on the D front did a great job all night of really holding their own and eating up blocks up front. See, again, great job by De'Eric Jackson getting a run through, coming through, getting a tackle for a 1-yard gain, setting up a 3rd and long. If you can get them in 3rd and longs, for the most part, you're going to be successful. Here they are again. They pick up some first downs, get out around midfield, and we got to make a stop. Send a little pressure here. A great job by Xavier Lewis and Devontae Royals getting pressure and forcing a bad throw. I tell our DBs all the time the best coverage there is a sack. If we can get a sack, nobody completes passes on that. But they did a really good job there, sending pressure, getting pressure on the quarterback. Good job here again, containing the quarterback, force a step up and run, and then J.D. Jones wrapping them up, and Daniel Lindo getting a big sack on 2nd and 10, forcing, again, a 3rd and long. And it's tough for anybody behind the sticks. There's not a good play call on the sheet for 3rd and 15, But you'll see J.D. doesn't give up on it, gets blocked here, falls down, stays with the play, wraps them up, gets them to the ground. Great job by those guys up front. Here again, offense back to work, going a little empty set here, trying to spread them out, trying to help our offensive line out a little bit with protection. Good job there, good throw and catch by A.J. hitting Dorian Edmonds there on a little quick hitter. But again, that's 6 yards on first down. That sets up second and third and manageable. Back to defense again, got them pinned back inside the 25. Good job here on the cutback of those linebackers. Bradley Wilson seeing it and scraping back and fitting up and really stuffing the run. And, when you got those teams that are dual threat quarterbacks that can pull it and run it, you got to be sound in your scheme, kind of like old option football. And those guys did a really good job, I thought. Again, good swarm here by the defense on the bubble play. Daniel Dorsey fighting off the block. De'Eric Jackson flying out there. You'll see D lineman, Spencer Dacus, Lindo, J.D. Jones, all of them around the football. And that's the kind of defense we got to be. We got to swarm. And that's one thing we preach pursuit, we preach swarm. We never let our brother make those one-on-one tackles. Great job here, Lindo, beating the offensive lineman inside, getting a tackle for a loss. A little inside stunt there, and he did a great job. I'd like him to get a little better form on that tackle. Don't jump on his back, but we'll take the tackle, and we'll clean that up. Good job again by the secondary coming up. We missed there, but great hustle by the inside. Trent Carr getting out there again, helping his brother. Corner did a great job shooting up on the screen. Just missed the tackle, but Trent Carr, outside linebacker, with a great read here and helping his brother out. That's why we preach that, sometimes one guy will miss, but there's 4 or 5 there. We're not all going to miss. But good job by those guys on defense. Again, here they got the ball in our territory. We got to bow our necks a little bit, and we do a good job here forcing them to stuff it inside. And I feel like if we can keep teams inside to tackle, they're going to have a hard time moving the chains on us. When they get outside in that space, that's when you start to get worried. But I thought we did a real good job of containing that run game, keeping it inside and wrapping up and stuffing those guys. Another good job here on the run. D lineman just meeting in the backfield. Love it when that happens. De'Eric Jackson, J.D. Jones, Daniel Lindo, Spencer Dacus, all of them meeting the kid in the backfield. Always nice when you get those tackles for losses, man. Just a great read and a great job just whipping the man up front by those guys. Again, here we got them in a 3rd and 10, 3rd and long situation. We decided to send a little pressure here. Our kids do a great job. Pressure on the quarterback, forcing him to throw it before he's ready. And, great tackle out there in open space by E.J. Holmes. 3rd and 10, I don't mind a 3-yard completion. They can have that all day. Force them to throw the short route, come up, make a great play, and you see the punt team coming on the field. And that's what we like to see. Back to defense again. We got a 3rd and 6 situation here. We're going to send some pressure inside. Our guys do a good job getting in the quarterback's face, forcing him to stop, dance, and throw the ball away. Again, if you get great pressure on a quarterback, that's the best coverage you can have. But I thought we did a good job of staying in our lanes on those rushes and not giving up a big run with the quarterback scramble. A good job here. Quarterback keeps it. Great job, Spencer Dacus. Just a great individual effort of getting off a block and making a play in the backfield. You'll see he just whips a man in front of him, beats him in the A-gap, and makes a heck of a football play right here. Driving the center back, getting off, making a nice tackle. That's just great. There's nothing scheme about that. That's just great individual effort by that kid. You see starting the 4th quarter, we're up 10-0. Feeling pretty good. We get a huge play to start the 4th quarter. First play, they come out throwing the ball. And Ashante Burney, they run a little fork right here and switch it off. He makes a good read, opens his hips up, gets back and makes a nice catch and way to get that toe in on the sideline. And we're lobbying there for the calls. A good call, good job by that kid. Very next play on offense, we get a little sudden change. And you're going to see a great play action here, great protection by our offensive line. Brent Carr runs an outstanding route, gets behind a safety who bites up a little bit, and A.J. makes a nice throw.
Yeah, from the 46-yard line.
Absolutely.
All the way down the field. It's just a beautiful play.
Yeah, good protection there. A.J. gets it up. Brent slips behind him. Nice catch. Way to finish it off in the end zone. And, man, you feel a lot better at 16-0. I tell you what, those butterflies start to go away a little bit.
Still a tough team.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Still got to play great D. And I thought our kids did a good job. They run a little toss read right there. Our kids do a great job of fitting in, wrapping the quarterback up, swarming to the ball, and finishing him off. And that's a tough play to defend. It's like, it's just option football, really. And you got to be gap sound. You got to be assignment sound. And you'll see our kids did a great job with it right here. 1 or 2 guys miss, and then you got guys swarming. And when you got a great athlete back there, it's tough one-on-one in open space. We got to get hats to the football. We're going to have to do that again this week against a really good Dodge football team. Here again, passing game, good coverage, forcing him to dance, has nowhere to throw. going to have to finally just throw it away. Good coverage and good job keeping him in the pocket there. Special teams, I thought, for the most part, were good. We did have the one muff on the punt return, and I think that's what we put on here. These are things that we got to get cleaned up. You got two guys there, and neither one of them goes for the ball. The ball gets kicked around, and, here they pick it up, and you can't advance a muff punt. That's why it was brought back to the yard line there. A lot of people wonder about that, but once you gain possession, that's where the drive starts. Our defense now is put in a situation where it's a 2-score game. There's plenty of time on the clock, and they've got 1st and 10 from our 19. They come out in the heavy set, and we do a good job of wadding that up and keeping them to a short gain there. I think they ran it 3 times in a row, and were able to churn out a first down on us. We had them in 4th and 4, and we're unable to stop them there, and that was a little disappointing. Here again, good job coming up and just filling, forcing 3rd and like 6, I think. They come out and we end up getting a 4th and 4 here, and we got a chance to get the ball back right here. And this is what we got to we got to clean this stuff up. It's 4th and 4, and they're going to line up and run the ball right at us. We got to stop them. That's something we're supposed to be known for. But here I think they get us on a little play action on this one. No, this is the 4th and 4. Excuse me. Come up and we got him hemmed in, and we miss a tackle, and he squirts underneath us and he crosses the sticks and gets the first down on us. Those are things that we got to do. And you got them in the backfield, got to make that tackle. I think they get us here. They play action us here, and we cheat up, and our corner gets his eyes in the backfield, doesn't do a good job. Sorry, that's another run. I'm ahead of myself. Good job there by stuffing them again in that power set. But at some point during this drive, they snuck behind us, our corner getting his eyes in the backfield. Here they go back to the spread. We're going to send a little pressure here, trying to make his life difficult. Get some guys in his face, and great coverage there, and just a bad throw. Good job, color on color is what we call it. And we go man coverage in the secondary. We want to get our blue jerseys on their jerseys. Good job here getting pressure and forcing an early throw, though. Now, it was a great coverage there by E.J. Holmes. Again, they got 3rd down and goal right here. A good job, E.J., man-to-man coverage on the backside. He's in great position. The receiver falls down, and I think he's in good position to make that place. Good job by E.J., even if the kid wouldn't have fell down. 4th and goal here, another chance we can end it right here and get the ball back with just a few minutes left in the game. We go after him, play some man coverage. Our kids do a great job. Good coverage there by Daniel Dorsey, a junior. Really stopping them on 4th down, getting the ball back to our offense and setting ourselves up. And our offense did a great job the next series of churning out some first downs. They're pinned back deep in our own territory, and they're able to bust a couple and move the sticks. There's a tough run, getting a few yards out there. Dorian Edmond again. You'll see again here we got a long yardage situation, run a little counter. He makes a nice run here, makes a couple guys miss, and runs those feet and picks up a first down. And that's huge when you're trying to run out the clock. Great run by him on that one. Again, you'll see a nice little catch here. I think it's Bradley Wilson on this one, if I'm not mistaken. Come up. No, this is another run. Excuse me. Dorian Edmond, nice run there off tackle. Again, getting to those sticks and picking up first downs and letting that clock run. We're real good on defense when we're on the sideline. We don't have to stop people then. Good job. Here's the boot. Nice throw by A.J. hitting Bradley Wilson. Again, picking up another first down for us and keeping things moving. We do end up having to punt eventually. Here we get 3rd down. And we throw it out to Dorian, just trying to make something happen here. Get some decent blocking out there, and he picks up some yards, not quite able to get the first down here, forcing us to punt. And our defense has to come back on the field, but I thought they did a great job that last series of really stepping up and of putting it into it. We know they're throwing the ball there. They're chunking it deep. Good coverage here. Daniel Dorsey and Shante Barney doubling up the receiver, forcing an inerrant throw there. I really thought that was good coverage overall. Again, we know they're throwing the ball here. They've switched quarterbacks at this point, trying to get a kid in, trying to get him down the field a little bit. Comes in, good pressure right here. Daniel Lindo picking up a sack on a 3-man rush. If you can do that, it makes coaching defense easy. If you can send 3 and get a sack. Then here at the end, probably the best play in football when it's the end of the game, our offense in the victory formation, able to take a knee and get a big win over a quality program, a ranked football team in AAA, and a well-coached football team, an athletic football team, and a big win, I think, for our kids.
Coach, you love that last formation. You just love to show that on your highlights
Love
when you
it.
get in that victory formation.
You know you got to win when that's happening at the
I
end.
can count on you having that on the highlights.
No
But, Coach,
doubt.
you talk about defense, and everybody that plays West Lawrence, anybody that watches West Lawrence, they're going to respect the defense. You're going to bring them. They're going to hit hard. They're going to punish people when they have the ball. That's something to be known for.
Well, you know, I'm proud of our kids because that's on them. They put in the work. They're in the weight room sweating and grinding every day in the off season, you know, and they've kind of taken pride in being physical on defense and being a good defensive football team. And that's kind of what we want to hang our hat on. We want to play good defense. You know, our kids have done that the past few years. We've been very blessed in that. You know, thank God that I can coach these type of kids. Are going out there and work hard, and we've been blessed in that. You know, a lot of people want to come up to me and credit me for that, and I'm like, look, all I'm doing is putting kids in spot and letting them play, and they're making plays. You know, so I give the credit to God, and I give the credit to those kids. You know, they're doing a great job.
Yeah,
out there.
that's right. They have to put in the work. They have to decide that they're going to be disciplined. They're going to put in the work in the weight room, and how strong those down linemen are. We talk about that each week. What they power claim, 300, 330, whatever it is.
Definitely.
Your 3 down guys are, and the way they handle people.
Right.
And a lot of teaching moments come along for you in coaching.
Absolutely.
So I'm just going to bring this up. At the very start of the game, you had a couple of Chris players wouldn't even shake hands before the game. They had an attitude, and some people in the community will know a couple of those coaches from being here in one of our schools, and they know that attitude that they have, that they think is kind of a hate the other guy, that bad attitude, you know, to play football. Hey, there may be a place for it somewhere. I don't know. It's hard to debate that, but what do you tell kids about that, and the young kids that are out there? From the very start of the game, you won't even shake hands.
Yeah, you know, and first of all, I don't think that's at all really a reflection of their coaches. I think kids do think, I mean, these are 15, 16, 17-year-old kids out there. They do. We all know when we were that age, we make bad choices. We do dumb stuff. But I will say, you know, it's a great opportunity, like you said, for our kids to step up and say, look, you know, we're not going to do things that way. And if I see you doing things that way, there's going to be some serious consequences. You're not going to be part of this program for very long. You know, I don't think you have to have that kind of mentality to play football and be good at it. I think with anything in life that you need to respect your opponent. You need to have respect for those that you're out there competing against. I think that's sportsmanship, you know. I think you can play hard and you can be physical and you can be aggressive and you can do things the right way between the whistles. All that extra stuff, you know, we tell our kids, if you got a jaw to tell people you're good, then you're really not very good. You're insecure and you're trying to prove it with your mouth. If you want to show that you're good, you prove it out there between the whistles with your pads. And I thought our kids did a really good job of that Friday night of maintaining that composure. There was a lot of jawing going on out there, you know, and I think on both sides, you know, because it's a lot of stuff happens on that field between the whistles. But I thought our kids really controlled themselves, played hard, and let the scoreboard do the talking in the end.
Yeah. All right, we're going to take a short break and come back. We're going to look at Dodge County coming into Raider Stadium this week, so you'll want to stay tuned.
At Morris Bank, we understand that your personal finances and banking experiences can be stressful. We also know that it doesn't have to be that way. That's why for over 60 years, we've dedicated ourselves to providing common sense banking to people just like you.
Even when I started working here, there was a definite vibe that you felt when you walked in the door, from the music that you're always going to hear playing to the hello, good to see you, welcome, how can we help you? You know, it's just a different experience when you bank here.
We work hard to combine the latest online mobile technology and top-notch customer service that allows us to do just that.
We realize our customers have choices, but what sets us apart is the personal service that we provide that they may not receive at larger institutions. We like to make you feel at home, and we like to make the process as easy as possible when you're banking with us.
But we're not focused on helping just our customers. We are equally dedicated to supporting the community we are a part of. Just this year alone, we've logged thousands of community service hours and provided significant financial support to the communities we serve.
Something that sets us apart at Morris Bank is what we give back to the communities in which we serve. And as the communities continue to grow, that brings more business and more industry into the area, and it's just this circle effect of giving back and receiving what the community can offer.
We want to make sure you have the best banking experience possible. Come see us or give us a call to find out what makes Morris Bank different, because we're banking on you.
Coney Fall Line Technical College. Think differently about college. New student registration begins August 1st.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
Fairview Fitness Center, open 24/7 with staffed hours available every day. Fairview Fitness Center, serving our community for over 30 years. Push your fitness further with our gym facilities, fitness classes, freestyle areas, and more. Join today and see the benefits of a healthy life. All new members are provided with a complete health assessment upon request, and new members are provided with a fitness orientation to familiarize themselves with exercise equipment, all by one of our staff exercise physiologists. For more information, call 353-1900. Visit us at 200 Industrial Boulevard behind Fairview Hospital or log on to fairviewfitness.com.
Welcome you back here at West Lawrence High School. Coach McLean, we're looking at Dodge County. We're looking at rain that night. We're looking at factors that, you think may replay from previous years. But in going forward, Coach, they're athletic.
Super athletic.
Rex Hodges knows how to coach.
Absolutely.
He's going to have them in the playoffs probably again this year.
No doubt. No doubt.
They were in it, the last 2-3 years?
Right.
I think they fell out a little early this past time. They're not known for throwing the ball. They're known for running the ball.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. They're a really, really good football team. I think they could be the best team we've played so far this year. Definitely, I think they'll be the best offense we've seen. Their quarterback is a great athlete. He played running back last year. They've moved him to quarterback. He can throw it. He can run it. He's a big, strong kid. He's physical. He may be the best athlete on the field for either team this Friday night. We're really going to have our work cut out for us trying to hem him in. It's going to be real hard to get another 0 on the board with these guys. They're good on offense. Hopefully we can step up and we can score some points. They're solid on defense as well. They're a number 7th ranked AA team, I think, right now. They're well coached, as you said, with Coach Hodges. He does a great job over there. And the last few years we've played them, we've had some wars, and they've come out on top. I think 2 years ago they beat us by 3 in a 3-0 defensive slugfest. And where they got to pick, they intercepted the ball at our 50-yard line with less than a minute and returned it down to our 5, and we were able to hold them. They had to kick a field goal to win the game. And then last year they beat us by 5 over at their place in a monsoon. So they've been some tough games, and it'd be nice for us to go out there and be able to maybe break that cycle and get a win for once against those guys.
Yeah. And like we say, the next game's the most important game. Nothing else matters. You want to do well in this game. You want your players to continue to grow, to develop. Are there going to be maybe a little bit different scheme, or will we have a little bit different scheme maybe on defense? I would think you'd probably be keying on the quarterback quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, they're very similar to Chris County in what they do offensively. I think that they use a little more tight end sets than Chris County's going to use. But that quarterback is definitely a threat. But they've also got a tailback that's a big threat too. He can run. So they do a good job of getting the ball in the hands of those two kids every play. And I talked a lot of people about last year. Last year I think for 40 plays they had maybe 80 total yards in 40 plays. But then in 4 plays they had about 250. They just hammered us on 4 huge plays and end up with 3 touchdowns and a field goal out of those 4 plays. So that's something we've really been focused on. We got to stop the big play. We can't let the quarterback get loose. Will we be able to do that? I don't know. We're going to try. Like I said, he's a great athlete. He's a kid that's going to garner a lot of attention, I think, at the next level. But it's good to play kids like that. It's good to play teams like that. I like to play well-coached teams in that non-region schedule because it gets you ready for our tough region, and Dodge is definitely one of those teams.
Yeah. All right, and looking at it now, we're looking from our defensive side of the ball. When we look at their offense, how do we match up with size? Do they have a larger line?
I'll tell you, I don't think we'll ever match up with anybody in size. We're strong up front, but we're not big. We got some short, little stumpy guys that just battle on that D-line. And, we got some linebackers. De'Eric Jackson, number 7, is a pretty big kid. But other than that, we are very undersized on defense. We just play hard and swarm to the football, and I think that makes up for a lot of a lack of physical size. They're big on the offensive line. Their offensive line's always well coached, always in the right spot, always playing hard. So I think it's going to be an even matchup. I think it's going to come down to whoever makes the most plays. If they make the most plays, they'll win. If we make the most plays, I think we got a chance to come out on top.
Yeah, and it's like you say, it's that big play. It seems like you battle, and then you give up that big play, and you just can't afford to do it.
And that's what great athletes do to you. You hem them in 4, 5, 6 times, and they pop one.
Yeah.
And it's tough to be perfect, but sometimes you got to be.
Yeah. All right, flipping the side of the ball. Now, we've had a couple of big plays. We're throwing the ball better this year than we've seen lately. You got some good hands. You got a more seasoned quarterback. He's letting the ball go a lot sooner. He's getting the ball out of his hands quickly, and that's key.
Yeah, and that comes with maturity. He understands the offense better. He's matured a little bit, and we've got to put together some drives. The best way we can defend their quarterback is let him sit on the sideline for most of the game. If he's on the field, he's going to get his yards. But we've got to do a great job offensively of moving chains, eating clock, grinding out drives, and then finishing those drives with points on the board. If we can do that, I think we got a shot. If we don't do that, it's going to be tough to beat these guys.
What's their favorite play to run? What's their go-to 2 or 3 plays?
Anything with the ball in that quarterback's hand. Anything.
He may run it. He don't read it.
He'll drop back a pass, take off, and make everybody miss. He'll run some read option stuff. He'll run some quarterback counters and powers and just run over people. I mean, he's a player, and we've got to stop him first and foremost. And if we stop him and somebody else beats us, then they're just a better team than we are.
And if you can gang tackle him and punish him, maybe you wear him down a little bit. But like you say, I mean, he may be the best player on the field, so you got to take that into account and just play hard. Hopefully, the defense is up for to rise to the occasion. Offensively, you have to be encouraged. The offensive unit has to be encouraged with their performance over the first couple of games. If you average out all the points, we look better. But hey, it's a totally every time you line up.
We played a great defense last week, so the fact that we were able to do anything against those guys, I feel pretty good about. And I think Dodge can be good defensively, and I know that offensively they do a great job with that staff of putting their players in positions to make plays. And defensively, I think they do the same thing. They get their kids in position to stop plays. So I think they're very similar to us overall as far as how they play football. And we just got to go out and hopefully outplay them.
Yeah. All right, now, Coach, well, let's talk about injuries. Do we have anyone to be concerned about this week?
I think we're probably going to still hold Dre Bonner out. He's an outside linebacker that's a starter. He played the East game, got hurt in practice the week before Chris with an ankle sprain, and sometimes those can be nagging and tough to recover. We get the off week next week, so we're going to hold him out and go with Xavier Lewis again this Friday night and hope he can get it done. I think he can. And then hopefully after the off week, we'll be completely healed up, ready to go.
Yeah. And again, you put some kids in the game. You had to call on some young kids. When you start talking about a young team, you have a lot of youth out on that field.
Yeah, we got 4 seniors on defense. We got a few more seniors on offense, but a lot of those guys, this is their first time playing Friday night football. So just because you're a senior don't mean anything there. You're still new.
Yeah.
So hopefully every week we'll just get better.
Yeah, that's what we're looking forward to. We're looking forward to you turning out this Friday night. Want to be here at Raider Stadium, 7:30 kickoff, 7 o'clock pregame. Don't sit on your hands again. We're going to preach that every week to you. We want you to stand up. We want you to get loud. We want you to encourage these young men. They're looking for it. If they're out there trying to tell you to get up, you're about a minute behind, okay? So get up and get loud and get proud and support the Raiders this Friday night. We'll see you there.
West Lawn's Raider Coaches Show brought to you in part by Dr. Jackson Fordham, DMD. Call for an appointment today.